Oh, I can do this. Welcome back to Spiritual Superpowers. Today it's just me, Dawn. It is with a heavy heart that I announce the passing of Caron. After a 5-year battle with cancer on September 30th, Caron left our world I don't even know what to say. It doesn't feel right making this video. Today is her memorial, Sunday, October 15th, 2023. I'm going to be saying a eulogy, and I thought I would include it in this video. But first I thought I would get all our viewers up to date on what happened, because our last video was mid-July 2023, and we talked about how August was going to be our big return. We were going to start doing videos, interviews, continuing on the Spiritual Superpowers journey to share with all of you what we've been up to, both personally and spiritually. But it all changed. Late July, Caron started to get back pain. I did my best to treat her and relieve the pain, but it progressed. And for someone who is as strong as she is, as tough as she is, the pain was really bad, which is not a good sign. It took a while to get in for a CT scan because we had all feared that maybe her cancer had metastasized to her bones. Sure enough, by early September, we got confirmation that it had metastasized. Between the first week in August and the first week in September, Caron's health declined. The pain was just too much, and she had to go on morphine just to cope, just to sleep. And that drug itself is tough. We never gave up hope. I believed that she was going to have a miraculous recovery. Her twin sister Jill and I went out to Halifax for the long weekend, for Labor Day weekend. Caron was supposed to join us, but she was just in too much discomfort. We went out to a Sean Leonard event, a spirit talker event. Caron and Jill had both done his year course, and this was the kind of like the annual conference that he brings all the students together. While we were there, we had a really great conversation, mentioned that Caron couldn't make it, and for the very first time, someone with psychic abilities said to us, just spend as much time with her as you can. Up until that point, since the moment Caron was diagnosed with cancer, every single one of us intuitives did not see her being sick and did not see her passing from this disease. Even with him saying that, I didn't believe it. Neither did her sister. When we got back, I started to do Reiki and cranial on Caron as much as I could. both in person and distance. Caron slept a lot during that time, and so even if she wasn't up for an in-person visit, I would be in another room doing a distance, relatively close distance treatment on her. And as time went on, these sessions became less and less specific. When I work on Caron, I could always get very specific treatment places. So in amongst her anatomy and physiology, I could be working on a single tooth, on a bone, on a system, on an organ, very specific. And as it progressed through September, it became more general, not having that definitive treatment source. So even after my treatments, relaying the information, it was just very general, which we'd never had before. Still, I had hope. So 2 weeks into September, when I went in to do a Reiki session on her, I started to see white smoke. And anytime I work on someone who's in transition, to me, they have a white smoke coming out of them. Even with this, Jill and I both thought that she's just astro traveling, right? Because I'm not sure if you remember, but years ago I did a remote viewing of her first cancer surgery. And when I went into the room, I couldn't find her in her body. I actually had to go out, and she was astro traveling. So I had hoped that that's what this was, even though it did seem very familiar, and most likely that she was connecting to the other side. So from the middle of September to the end of September, I had caught her a few times with white smoke. Finally, on the Wednesday, the last Wednesday of the month, on the 28th, I believe it was, she told me during a Reiki session that she has decided to cross over. She told me that she got a taste and remembers how wonderful it is on the other side, and has decided that she's going to cross over. And I had broken my neutrality at that point. Reminded her that she was supposed to be a miracle. She was supposed to recover, have spontaneous healing. But I could tell that she had made her mind up. And so then I asked her when, and she had shown me, like, I think it was either Saturday to Sunday or Sunday to Monday. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was clear that it was through the night that she was going to pass. And that was still quite a few days out. And I said to her that if she had truly made this decision, that we all just wanted her not to be suffering anymore. And there really was no need for her to wait. If she needed to go sooner, we understood that we loved her. And we know that she will be with us. So at 1:15 a.m., Caron transitioned. She's gone. Oh. So I wanted to share with all of you that Caron loved spiritual superpowers. And I know this year we really haven't put out many videos. We were doing a lot of replays. And that's just so that we could both focus on our health. Caron fought a great fight. I have never seen anyone go through so much in 5 years. I'm not sure what will come of this channel. I'm actually waiting to have contact with Caron and discuss what she would like to happen with spiritual superpowers. We started this project together. I can't imagine doing it without her. So I don't even know what to say. I'm sorry, I'm just lost for words. So what I'll do is I'll cut to my eulogy, and just know that this channel, everything that we learned, helped and is helping both of us. So, and you've all been a part of that. So thank you so much. And we'll see what happens when Caron makes contact. June 9th, 2007 is the day I met Caron Shepley. I was racing my first ever triathlon, and my friend who helped me train for the race was also helping me get set up. Jody had talked about C3, and then while we were at the Lakeside Triathlon, she saw a C3 member. She and I went up to this member, and she said to her, "I hear Caron Shepley is at this race."
and you know where she is? And I'm like, I'm Caron Shepley. So it was kind of funny.
After I earned a spot to compete in the World Championships in Vancouver in 2008, I decided to join C3, and of course I hired Caron as my coach. As the years unfolded, a beautiful friendship blossomed, and we enjoyed countless shared activities like travel, hiking, running, but of course, Caron's Thursday night yoga classes standing out as the highlight to our hobbies. My beloved baby Betty even enjoyed attending those yoga nights, and she loved her annual participation in the Furry Friends 5K races that Caron and Allison organized. Later on, Caron introduced me to the joys of paddleboarding and sup yoga, expanding our shared interests even further.
And I think we started talking about our spiritual interests one day on the paddleboard. And we were paddling, and you started telling me about tarot cards.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really, that was our first kind of connection to talking about things on a higher spiritual level.
Right.
I mean, I think once you started that conversation, it opened the door to a lot of other conversations. For a long time, I was in the spiritual closet, and still in some respects I am, but
Not anymore.
Not anymore. And then when I started to do courses, it was interesting that all of a sudden, you know, our relationship changed because we could talk on this level about things.
Our friendship was truly special, and it continued to grow when we decided to start our YouTube channel, Spiritual Superpowers. Caron's passion for our channel was boundless. She loved every moment of researching topics, creating content, and sharing our spiritual journeys with the world. Throughout Spiritual Superpowers, we had the privilege of connecting with incredibly gifted and spiritually aware individuals who soon became our cherished friends. Our channel was not just a platform. It was a space where we could be our authentic selves and explore the depths of our psychic abilities and parallel lives, all while inspiring and uplifting an audience. Caron's passing was a heartbreaking moment for me and for our dedicated viewers. Many of them have written to me expressing how they felt a profound connection with her, as if they knew her personally and considered her a genuinely special person in their lives. Her spirit and her energy were that magnetic. What struck me most about Caron was her incredible strength and unwavering bravery through her 5-year battle with cancer. She never lost sight of her quest for healing and soul meaning. Her resilience was awe-inspiring, and she touched the lives of everyone who knew her. Caron's memory lives on,
not only through her many legacies, including spiritual superpowers, but also in the hearts of the people she touched with her love, wisdom, and indomitable spirit. She reminds us that in the face of adversity, we can find strength, purpose, and the power to inspire others.
I really thought that this was a soul journey of sorts, that there were lessons that I had to learn. Looking at it from that perspective really helped me realize that, on the bad days, and there were some bad days, that on the bad days, those are the days where you learn the most about yourself. Mm-hmm. And I knew that there was something I was supposed to learn going through this journey. So it was an interesting perspective, and it really helped me get through it all and not be, depressed or stressed. Like, I was a little stressed, but, not as stressed as I think it would have otherwise been.
You never had a poor me moment.
No.
Those really hard times, you looked inward, rather than blaming or.
Yeah, I didn't feel a victim, and I think it's because I really felt like deep down that this was a soul journey, and I needed to learn some lessons, and so I just looked at it that way, and I kind of look at it that way with other people. Obviously you have to address the physical part of it. You have to address the mental stress and that sort of thing. But really, there's a spiritual side that people, forget about. Mm-hmm.
September 30th, Caron moved on from this world, but her spirit continues to live through her family, her friends, and in all the lives she touched throughout her lifetime. She continues to inspire me, as well as the countless others, every day, then, now, and forever.